Okay, so recently I did a top 10 things that I don't love about BookTube. Link it up here if you haven't seen it before. Today I am coming back with a rebuttal because you guys, I love BookTube. I just wanted to point out some things that I wasn't necessarily a fan of in that last video, but today we count down the top 10 things I love about BookTube. Coming in at number 10. BookTube introduces you to a whole new world of books. Seriously, about 90% of the books that I have on these shelves beside or behind me come from recommendations from booktubers. These books that I'm proudly displaying, the Mistborn series 1, 2, and 3, in the US edition, by the way, are recommended by a booktuber. This book, Letters to the Lost, is recommended by a booktuber. This book, The Selection, is recommended by a booktuber. Seriously, BookTube has opened me up to so many different books, a whole new world of books, and I couldn't be more grateful. It's been amazing. Coming in at number 9, the convenience of reviews. There is nothing, and I do mean nothing, like wanting to know what a book is going to be about and then having no way of really finding that out before you spend your hard-earned money or before you take your hard-earned time and use that to try and put it on hold at your local library. This is where BookTube comes in. On BookTube, booktubers review books all the time, and they're just a click away, and it's really awesome. You can find most of the books behind me, write them into YouTube, Mistborn, The Final Empire, book review, and voila, up comes a review for books. It is really, really, really convenient. Coming in at number 8, honesty. Brutal honesty. What I love about the honesty of BookTube especially comes back to books that might be popular that a booktuber doesn't love, or they may even, let's use the H word, they may even hate. A lot of booktubers may really hate a book, but a certain booktuber may love that book, and they're not afraid to express their opinions. I love the brutal honesty of BookTube. I love when anyone steps outside of their comfort zone or goes against the grain and says, you know what, y'all might love this book, but as far as I'm concerned, this book was crap. I love that. I love the authenticity. And then for the other side of things, a lot of booktubers might say, this book was amazing. And then you get one booktuber who says, I know you're all saying this is amazing, but I couldn't stand this book, and here's why. I love the honesty of BookTube. Coming in at number 7, spoiler-free reviews. So, it is one part of the battle to locate a review of a book on BookTube that you're considering whether or not you are going to buy. Spoiler-free reviews. And I absolutely love that because it gives you the opportunity, you the potential reader, the opportunity to listen to that spoiler-free review. You're not going to be spoiled for the book, and you can determine whether or not you love that book or not. Some booktubers, like myself and others, will do spoiler-free and spoiler reviews, where at the beginning of the review, they will talk about the book in a spoiler-free way, potentially giving 3 pros and 3 cons to a book in a spoiler-free way before going into the spoiler section. But I just think this is amazing, and I hope to see more of it in 2021. Coming in at number 6, sweet unboxings. Now, for those of you who don't know what an unboxing is, basically it is moments where a booktuber is sent a whole bunch of books. And majority of the time, for what I'm referring to with this point that I'm making, I'm referring to booktubers who receive books from their subscribers. So they will sit down, either in a separate video or in a reading vlog or something like that, and they'll literally open the box and take out the books and unpack them while talking to the camera about what they've received. there are some really sweet moments when it comes to unboxings. Like, recently I saw a booktuber open up a box and it was the $100 leather-bound Brandon Sanderson signed Mistborn: The Final Empire. And the look on the booktuber's face, oh my gosh, it was just so amazing. Then there are other times where you get these heartfelt letters that are sometimes read by booktuber subscribers saying how much that booktuber meant to them and that they've changed their life and brought them back onto reading. And so therefore, here they've included in this box a book that meant a lot to them growing up. And just to see the reaction of these booktubers who are normally very professional, to break out of that because they're so overcome with emotion, to just have this whole, oh my god, that's so amazing, it's so sweet. And I love this. There are booktubers who do this rather not so authentically, but I'm talking about the ones that you can tell are being very authentic, and it's just really beautiful to watch. If you have not seen an unboxing from a booktuber who's received books from their subscribers, a booktuber who shows gratitude to those subscribers, genuine gratitude, watch it. Trust me, you'll be moved by them. Coming in at number 5, bookshelf tours done well. Okay, so I need to define what I mean by done well, because to you guys, maybe it's a whole different story. But when I want to view a bookshelf tour, I will specifically go out looking for them. I will literally go into YouTube and type bookshelf tours and look for them. There are some booktubers who will take a book off a shelf and take about 5 minutes to explain that book before putting it back, and then taking another book off the shelf and take another 5 minutes to explain what that book is and putting it back on the shelf. This is not the type of bookshelf review that I love personally, because it takes too long to get through everything. There is also another type of bookshelf review where the entire review is just a very quick summary of the shelf, where the booktuber will say, this is my fantasy shelf and I have this on here. I'm not going to show them to you right now, but I'm just saying this is my fantasy shelf. This is my contemporary shelf. Again, I'm not going to show you these books, but I'm just letting you know this is my contemporary shelf. While I understand why this can be a good thing, it's more of a teaser to me because I want to see the books that you actually have. So to me, I don't personally like those. The ones I like are the ones where booktubers will quickly show you a book, and within the space of 1 minute, you've probably seen about 10, 20, maybe even 30 books, because they're just like boom, 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 boom. I love that. It is wonderful for me to be able to see all of the books that you own, but also it's a great way for me to be able to look at the books that you're showing me and maybe even want to buy these books. I've definitely done that before, trust me on that. Coming in at number 4 is how kind, welcoming, and inclusive everyone is, as well as the friendships that I have made with booktubers all around the world. So this is quite a long one, number 4, but let's try and break this down as quickly as we can. But the majority of booktubers out there are very kind, they're very welcoming, they're very accepting, and it's just very beautiful to see. Quickly diverting over to my friendships that I've made. I started off everything that I was doing for my booktube channel basically because I wanted to create a vault of all the books that I've read, especially that year. The idea of being able to go back a year later and see the experiences that I had, yeah, that's why I created it. Little did I know that I would come to fall in love with so many booktubers, and then I would reach out to them, not at all expecting a response, especially from the bigger booktubers, and this is what surprised me. With some of them, it may take them a little time to get back to you because they have a lot of subscribers who are commenting or emailing or tweeting or twittering or whatever that word is. But every single booktuber that I have communicated with has gotten back to me in one way, shape or form, including the really big booktubers. And I have made friends with booktubers all around this country where I live, Australia, as well as booktubers who live in the UK, as well as many booktubers who live in America. And it just genuinely surprised me. I'm going to try very hard not to get emotional here because these, especially the really big booktubers that I have emailed or, you know, wrote a comment on their channel or whatever, I didn't expect a response from them. They're massive booktubers. They've got way too much to do. I just thought I would, and yeah, didn't expect anything. Coming in at number 3 is TBR videos. You guys, almost nothing compares to the cherry on top of a beautifully delicious caramel sundae to me than a TBR video. When I first started on BookTube, I didn't really know about TBRs, but then very quickly I became aware of it because it's something that most booktubers do, and there's just something very welcoming, to allude back to number 4, something very welcoming about watching a TBR video, having a booktuber invite you into their home, into the room where they have their bookshelves, or even if they don't have bookshelves behind them, that doesn't really matter to me. They're inviting you into their home to show you the books they're going to read. They're inviting you to take a preview, take a look at what I'm going to be reading this month. I think it is such a personable experience, and I just love watching these TBRs. I mentioned in the top 10 things that I don't love about BookTube that there is this stigma, or with some booktubers maybe it seems, that you can't do a TBR video if you have less than 10 books that you're going to read. Oh, I said 12 at the time. 12 books that you're going to read that month. But quite frankly, I have seen booktubers do like 2 or 3 or 4 books they're going to read for that month, and I still very much enjoy them. To see these booktubers hold up these books, or to point to them if they don't have the book available at the time, point to them and put a little graphic image up there, and discuss their thoughts going into these books and how they feel about embarking on the journey of this book or these books, it's just, I think, a really beautiful thing. So if you've never done a TBR before, please do a TBR. They're a ton of fun. They're a great way, in my opinion, to put yourself out there. But also, I just feel that TBRs are very well received. So, yeah, if you do a TBR, let me know in the comments below. Send me a link. I'll happily go watch your TBRs. Coming in at number 2, we have the authenticity of most booktubers. Now, again, I defer back to the video I did earlier, the 10 things I don't love about BookTube, where there are booktubers who aren't that authentic, that will say, "Hi guys, today we're reviewing this book," and then they'll say, "Yes!" Gets me every time, seriously. Like, we don't need the bells and whistles, but there are booktubers out there who don't do this, who are 100% authentic. One massive example that I would love to introduce you guys to when it comes to authenticity on BookTube is Elle from Booktube channel Elliot Brooks. There are no bells, there are no whistles. If you've seen her BookTube channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just 100% authentic, and I absolutely love Elle for this. Elle is a massive booktuber. She has a ton of subscribers, and I personally believe that one of the reasons she does is because of her authenticity. She doesn't feel the need to add the bells, nor does she feel the need to add the whistles. Another great example of authenticity is Murphy from Booktuber channel Murphy Napier. While Murphy will react to certain things, if she loves something, she'll get joyfully emotional about it, and if she doesn't love something, she'll get a little upset about it. She doesn't go over the top. She's projecting the right emotion for how she's feeling in that time, but most of the time she acts rather neutral. She talks very well. She is very authentic. I love booktubers who are 100% authentic. And coming in at number 1, the number 1 thing I love about BookTube is monthly wrap-ups. One of the things I love most about BookTube are the videos themselves, and I'm going to be authentic and sit here and say that. I love the friendships I've made. I love the authenticity of booktubers. I love all of the other things that I've said in this top 10. But my favourite thing about BookTube is a video category, and that is monthly wrap-ups. I think it is so amazing to watch any booktuber who has read any amount of books for that month, be it anywhere from 1 to 50. If there's a booktuber out there who's read 50 books in a month, bless them and well done. Anyway, sitting there and discussing what they've read. I just think it's really awesome. We have this implied rule that we don't give away spoilers, but some booktubers in a monthly wrap-up will give their star rating, the age rating, the genre of the book, and a premise about what the book was about, and then their thoughts on it. And I just think this is really awesome. This is a wonderful way to go shopping, really, because, I mean, some people have their home shopping networks that they love. I have monthly TBR videos that I watch. That's my home shopping network. I will watch booktubers say, this month I read 5 books, for example. The first book I read is this one. I'm looking at the cover. Do I think it's a nice cover? Do I not think it's a nice cover? Okay, what is the age rating? What is the genre? What is the premise? That sounds amazing. Now, what did you as the booktuber think about that? Oh, okay, so the premise was good, but the execution wasn't that good. Why wasn't it good? Oh, because it's heavy on description? Okay, maybe not. That one's not for me. But the ending was amazing. I mean, this sounds like a really good book. Maybe I'm going to buy this book. This is my home shopping network. Seriously. Monthly wrap-ups are amazing. They're also a lot of fun to film. As someone who lives on both sides of that proverbial fence, I am a booktube creator as well as a massive booktube viewer. Monthly wraps are a lot of fun to film because you get to either rave or rant about all the books you've read that month, and it's just, yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch them. Home Shopping Network. Those are the top 10 things that I love about BookTube. To summarize, coming in at number 10, it introduces you to a whole new world of books. Number 9, convenience of reviews. Anytime you want a review, you can just go on to BookTube because 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be there. Number 8, the honesty of booktubers, especially about if a booktuber has a book where their thoughts about that book go against the grain of what everyone else is saying. If everyone else thinks this is an amazing book and a booktuber thinks it's not, and they're not afraid to go there and say, this is why I hate this book. I love that. Or if it's a book that a lot of booktubers really despise, but then the booktuber themselves turns around and says, I actually love this book and here's why I love it. I love the honesty of BookTube. Number 7, spoiler-free reviews. What a great way to see if this book is worth your time without being spoiled. And I think that more booktubers should do more of these. They're really good. And they don't give away the book before you've actually read it. Number 6, sweet unboxing moments. Those moments where booktubers are sent books that they're unboxing and they may come with letters or just even books that you wouldn't expect to receive. And just to see the genuine emotion on these booktubers' faces, despite some of them being really big booktubers, to see them get so emotional and have so much gratitude to receive books from their subscribers. It's just a really beautiful thing. I have seen this done badly. I have seen booktubers who seem to be acting like they're grateful for it, but then I've seen other booktubers who are genuinely, they can't believe their subscribers have gone out of their way to do this for them, and it's such a heartwarming moment to see. Number 5, bookshelf tours done well. So, number 1, make sure that you are showing me every book that you own, or at least every book in each shelf section that you are showing me. And number 2, let's have the books go by really, really quickly. Book 1, title, author. Book 2, title, author. Book 3, title, author. Book 4, title, author. Love those. They are so much fun for me. Number 4, the inclusivity and friendships that I've made around the world has just been absolutely amazing. Thank you to all of you for being so welcoming and just, yeah, for being so lovely. Number 3, TBR videos. Yay! So much fun to watch, and for you guys to graciously welcome me or any other viewer into your home to discuss what you're about to read. I just think it's beautiful. Thank you to whoever came up with TBR videos because they're amazing. Number 2, the authenticity of booktubers that don't include bells or whistles Just being authentic. As I said, a great example of this, Elle from Elliot Brooks. Watch any of her videos. She does not have bells and whistles. It's very calm, very authentic. Hey guys, today we're doing this. I love it. The more authentic you are, the more your beautiful soul is going to shine through. And I know that sounds like a cliche, but I genuinely do believe that. Check out Elle's videos to see what I mean. And the number one thing I love about BookTube is monthly wrap-ups, because they are my home shopping network where I get to see the books you read, number one, that month, number two, what you thought of them, and number three, if you want to include this, the age rating and the genre as well as your star rating, all that kind of stuff, and it's just a lot of fun for me, so that's my home shopping network. Anyway, what did you think about my top 10 things that I love about BookTube? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Comment below and let me know if there is anything else that you think should be added to this list. Should we be doing a part 2 of the top 10 things I don't love about BookTube, or the top 10 things I love about BookTube? You let me know. But in the meantime, I'm letting you guys go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. I post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'll see you again very soon. Mwah. Bye guys. Bye.